What? What? Well, well, well. Here we have our Tata Nano Challenge car competition applicants. We have Tina's car to start with. Then we have Sam's Odyssey. Okay, that was a choice. And then Null's car, which looks pretty good. I like it. But we are going to start off with Tiny Tina's car, which was overtime. It was, yeah, I think the time limit was 1 hour and he somehow went 2.5, I think, or something like that. I would have to look that up. But what we've got here is, wow, that's actually quite interesting. I didn't think anybody would be able to do that on the price. He's got 20 miles per gallon, which is the minimum requirement. But he's gone quite underneath the price tag, which is pretty good. He's gone $8,310, which is really good, actually. And now we're gonna see how this thing drives with its 8 seats. Oh, you know what? Oh, this thing's actually quite lively. I was expecting them to be quite slow, especially this thing looks really big and really heavy. So we brought it out here to where the roads are a little less developed. So sure, city driving is easy, but a lot of countries are really big, especially a country like India, which is massive. And there's a lot of lesser developed areas. So I thought we would take it out here where the car would not just get subjected to stop and go traffic, where it would actually get to have a proper test. Now, once we've gone through all of the cars, we will set them up with half a liter of fuel and just do a bit of a challenge to see how far they can go. Wow, I'm actually quite impressed with this car. A little bit of wobbly there, but it's doing quite well. Look at this thing go. Like, barely any understeer. I was not expecting them to be really good race cars, but this thing is pretty darn good. This thing's going like 90 kilometers an hour, and it didn't even have to go downhill for that. I was not expecting these to go really 100 or anything. Oh no, oh no. Okay, well, we saved it. That was my bad. So let's get a closer look at this suspension setup. An east-west transverse mounted flat 4-cylinder with a solid front axle. That is a peculiar choice, but it does keep the price down quite a lot. And then we have more leaf springs in the rear with a solid axle. Interesting choices. Not what I would have gone with, but he's done a really good job. He's created a car which, despite being a family car, is actually quite sporty. Oh, look at this! Tokyo drifting on front-wheel drive. Woo, boy! And let's try a little bit of off-roading now. So, here in Australia, there's lots of off-roads, and I'm assuming in India, there's also quite a lot of off-road. So we're gonna do a little bit of off-road testing. And so far, it's dealing with it very well. Not a single issue. This thing is powering up hills in a vehicle that's meant to be getting somehow 20 miles per gallon. I suppose 20 miles per gallon wasn't actually really a hard target. I just knew that it was set to a 1 hour time limit, so I didn't want people to get really frustrated and go, oh, I can't reach that target in such a short amount of time. Seems maybe I should have said it a little bit longer, but then again, Tina reached the goals, but not within the time limit, so kind of fails by default. Anyway, I like this car. It's good. Let's go check out the next one. Now, here we have Sam's Model 2 Trim 2. 33 miles per gallon with an approximate material costs of $1,680, which is actually really cheap to build. Unfortunately, the approximate cost is $448,000. My fucking God. Now, this actually took me a while to figure out what the problem was. And it turns out that for some reason, he over-engineered everything in the engine. And I don't understand why. But we are about to find out. He's got semi-trailing on the rears, which is probably put his price up a bit as well. And double wishbone on the front, which is also probably upped his price quite a bit too. So, let's give it a try. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, it's slow. It is very slow. Oh, it's not even moving. Oh, no. Wait, a turbo? God damn it. It's got a turbo on here, so yeah, a turbo is not going to make the car a lot cheaper. That's probably also added a lot to the ultimate costs. Oh my God. What is happening? It wouldn't even go up this. So this is kind of more what I was expecting. Kind of like halfway between this and what Tina's got. Good, we do have a clutch, so it's probably a manual. And burnout. Okay, yeah. If we keep riding the clutch, it looks like we might be able to keep it in its power band. Nope, nope, I can't do it. Well, I think this one was a balk. I think they deliberately threw this one. Like they've got completely no offset when they should have offset, like a lot of offset. Why is this so slow? I didn't really check over the car that much, but god damn, this thing's a behemoth. Oh, come on, no, go for it. Go up the hill, up it. Oh, come on. I think it's safe to say this thing fails. Well, I mean, it already failed by technicality. Here we have the final of the three. This is actually in a very short video, and it's probably going to be just not a whole lot longer. So this one has an astonishing 27.3 miles per gallon. Also, by the way, this one had 33 miles per gallon, but I doubt that it would do that because it'd have to be on a dead flat bit of land for that to work. So I don't know if that really counts. Anyway, it also was done within the hour time limit and only has an approximate cost of $8,940 redos. Well, let's see how it goes. So it's quite slow off. Wow, he's done all of this with a turbo. I was surprised. I didn't actually think anybody would be able to afford a turbo. But they've done quite well here. And it's not slow. It's a little bit wobbly, but that's fine. That's what you would expect from a car like this. Though it still seems to have quite stiff suspension. This is pretty good. I like this. It's really staying up there in the power band too. 70 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers an hour. Oh, no, we lost a little bit, but we're going uphill, so that's understandable. Oh, drifter. Well, let's have a bit of a look underneath this thing. See what's hiding under here. We have a ladder chassis, an east-west. We have double wishbone on the front, and a solid in the back, which is actually quite reasonable. Actually, trailing arms. Oh, that's actually really smart. That is a pretty good idea for front-wheel drive. You don't really need much there. And then, just a turbo inline 3. It's pretty good. I like this one. Very well done. The winner by de facto, considering everybody else, well, de facto lost by having a DNF, basically. Oh, hold on, let's try a little bit of dirt off-road. I really do actually think this car is actually quite decent. And it's not slipping a whole lot on the dirt. I wonder if he's got an LSD in here almost. Though not that you'd really need it with a car with such moderate power. No, not moderate. Modest power, that's the one. Oh wow, this is... Ooh, look at this. It's going up the hill rather nicely. I like it. And I really like how these three cars are so diverse. One being a troll car, one being a really funky looking van, which I actually really like the look of, and then this, which is just what a normal manufacturer would actually probably release onto the market, because it's very mild. It's not upsetting to anybody in styling wise, and it just fits and it just works. So yeah, these three competitors, well, two of them have done quite well. One of which of those two ran over time. So congratulations, Null, on your win. But now let's try our higher mileage. And we're not going to do it on a flat surface like probably Sam would like. We are going to do a circle, half a liter, and let's go. Now, we're going to do two different challenges here with the fuel economy. One is going to be absolutely flawed and flat out to see how it does, and I think that'll give the advantage to Tina's because Tina's is not turbocharged. And then we're going to do the try to keep a minimum of 20 kilometers an hour and see how far they will go on a tank of fuel. So I really do think the yellow car is not even going to be able to make it to the bridge, if I'm completely honest. And I think Tina's is probably going to go the furthest. But when it comes to actual mileage, I think that when you're trying to do the how long will it last whilst trying to maintain 20 kilometers an hour at a minimum. You know what? Actually, no. We're gonna make it 50 kilometers an hour because that is actually the minimum speed limit here in Australia. So I think they should be able to keep up with that. And I think then this one will win because this one will be able to get up to the speed a lot quicker. So I'll waste a lot of fuel with the turbos and whatnot. But then it'll actually do pretty well when it's coasting because the turbos don't work, allowing it to actually last a lot longer. But right now we're actually going to fast forward to where it runs out of fuel. And there we go, it ran out of fuel. About probably 2/3 of the way around the map. Yep, as it went all the way around, it actually, yeah, that's not more, that's a lot more than 2/3 of the way around the track. That's pretty good. I don't like the idea of when I'm gonna have to try to keep these things at about 50 kilometers an hour. This is going to take a very long time, but for now, the yellow car. And away we go. I don't even know if this one's going to get up to 50 kilometers an hour. This one might have to sit that challenge out. Oh boy, this is so slow. So I think, yeah, we're just gonna fast forward through this one. Well, as I thought, I don't think this is gonna be able to make it up this hill. Well, you know what, actually no. It's maintaining 4 kilometers an hour. That's better than what I thought. Well, back to the fast forward, I suppose. Fuck it, I hate this guy. It's disqualified anyway. Move on. There we go. Okay. 0.5 of a liter. And broom. Okay, this thing has so much power. Oh my god. It's really a major juxtaposition between the two things. By the way, I never actually finished that lap with the yellow car. I hated life whilst attempting to drive it. I really like how funky this thing is. It's really, I love it. I actually really love the look of this thing. It does look doofy and silly, but it's sugoi desu yo ne. I love it. This is my sort of van. Oh no. Well, we've gone off in the same place. I suppose that's fine. Oh, get up there. Get up there, you fat heifer. Come on. And go. Yes. Oh, I like it's got like the side skirts and everything. This vehicle is pretty well designed in my opinion. I just don't know if the rest of the world would particularly care for it much. But then again, most people don't like minivans. So it's kind of, yeah, damned if you do and damned because you did type thing. But I love it. I love weird cars. One of my favorite cars of all time is the Nissan Cube. It is by far and away oh no. By far and away what I think to be the best looking car to come out of Japan. So here's our results. And that's where the red car made. Wait, hold on, where did it go? Spawn in, there we go. Red car there. Tina's car over here. Yeah, Tina didn't quite do as well. He did pretty well, but not quite as well. Now that we've got our half a tank back, we're going to try to keep it at around 50. And we're going to slowly take off, then we're going to set it. So we don't want to floor the engine. We want it to stay as low as possible and see how far we can make it. Now I could just put up a thing on the thing to say how many liters I'm using, but that's not really real world results, is it? And here we go. Reach the ridge. And set cruise control. There we go. Now we're just going to cruise around at 50 to see how far we can make it. There's the yellow monstrosity as we just cruise lovely and on by. Now, we should probably, if my judgment is correct, probably do about 2 laps of this, considering that these things are really quite decent on fuel. So, I will fast forward this so then you don't have to go through the drudgery that I'm going through. It's the sacrifice that I make for you. Please subscribe. Well, that's 2 laps down. God, how much longer is this gonna go for? Bruh, this is taking forever. Oh, we ran out. Right whilst I was scratching my eye and not entirely paying attention, so that was, what, 2 and a bit laps? Okay, let's go over to Tina's. Now, we're smoothly gonna try to get up to speed. This thing has a high red line, damn. And then, when we get up to about 50, we'll set cruise control. We're not gonna try to floor it up here, we're just gonna wait and let the downhill take us up to speed. And set. Nice. Good, okay. Well, let's settle in. I don't know. After that performance that was shown between the 2 different cars, I think that this one's going to not last quite as long as that one. So, we'll see. It should finish at least 1 lap. I'm gonna guess, and we can put money on this if you want to, I'm gonna guess 1.5 laps for this. Because it's not really flooring it. We'll see. Well, here we go. Here's our first lap done. You guys still think we're gonna make it 1.5 laps? I get the feeling we might maybe go a little bit over 1.5, but, well, we'll stick with it. Oh, we ran out. Oh, what's that, like 1.25 laps? Oh, okay. Let's have a bit of a quick look-see here. Yeah, I would say that that's almost 1.25 laps. This one did almost 2.25 laps. So, I am proud to announce the only one that stuck to all of the rules is also the best one here. Because they clearly understood the challenge better. Thank you, Null. You've done swimmingly. Well done. You may ask yourself, hey Phil, why didn't you enter a vehicle? Prove that you could do a good job. Well... Oh, wait, hold on. No, not that. There we go. I did. And we're about to do now the hypermiling test. Well, I mean, I say hypermiling, but you get the idea. It's just trying to maintain 50 around this track. Let's go around and see what this bad boy can do. So it doesn't take off quite so bad. I do have a 4-cylinder. I probably have more power than Tina, but less than the turbocharged car. Where's my mouse? There we go. Cool. Set that cruise control. And into cruise mode. We're about to just see how quite so good my fantastic car is. And I didn't just plop together a car. I actually put a lot of effort into styling. I actually put more effort into styling. But since we're a naturally aspirated car, we are trying to see if we can at least beat Tina. So 1.25 laps? Well, let's dig in for the long haul. Hey guys, guess what? We're coming up on Tina now. Oh yeah, aka Danny Boy, by the way. I don't know which name he wants to go by, but I just call him Tina because that's what I've always known him as, and probably always will know him as. And we have beat Tina. That is the bare minimum I wanted to do. So, I mean, that's not really much of a surprise to me. He has an exact 20 miles per gallon, whereas I have, I think, 25 point something gallons to the mile. Wait, no. Miles to the gallon, sorry. Though I don't think I'll do quite as well as the one that Null made, the CHP SBX. That one has 27.3 miles per gallon. So I doubt I'm going to be quite as good as that, because I'm also not turbocharged. And you may think, but turbos use more fuel. Yes, when you're flooring it. But if these cars have similar amounts of power, and his is a turbocharger, When he's off the power, he's going to be using less fuel than me. Or when he's not flooring it, he's going to be using less fuel than me. That's just how it works, unfortunately. So I didn't think I'd be able to get a turbo on this thing. I didn't even try to get it to fit in within my regulations. But apparently you could. And I was wrong. Oh, we ran out of fuel, guys. Whoop, there we go. We have probably, I would say, nearly 3/4 of an extra lap around. Yeah, so we got 1/4 at about there, 2/4 at about there, maybe, you know what, maybe this is more like 2/3 of the way there, I think we've done. So we've done pretty well. We've done better than Tina. Not quite as good as Null, though. Null's was amazing. But I hope you guys liked this video about driving extra slowly. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. Keep an eye out for more challenges in the future. There will be one for the next couple of days to maybe the next week. We'll see when I get it out there. Bye!